It is indeed a hard day for Luton, and I welcome what the Secretary of State had to share with the House today, and I welcome the review that he's announced of the zero-emission mandate. As part of that review, I do hope that he looks again at the perversities of the regime that he inherited that could involve makers of petrol engines in this country transferring credits to companies like Elon Musk's Tesla and Chinese EV makers. But if we really want to make sure that there is a level playing field, Mr. Speaker, why don't we reverse the decision of the last Secretary of State, follow the EU Commission and launch anti-subsidy investigations into Chinese EV makers? The Trade Remedy Authority is ready to go. It just needs the Secretary of State to give the green light.
Secretary of State.
I'm grateful to the Chair of the Select Committee and indeed for our exchanges we had in the committee evidence session yesterday. He is right to say that what we have inherited is a position where how the policy operates, the flexibilities that are contained within it, and the fact that no domestic producer is on track means effectively the transfer he has described is the problem. That is when I say decarbonisation cannot mean deindustrialisation. It is precisely that we've inherited that we are critiquing. Now, we don't want to undermine the transition in the way the previous Prime Minister did, because anyone in industry in this sector will be able to tell honourable members opposite how disastrous that was. But what we need to give is breathing space and making sure that that policy is operating in a way which doesn't have any of the kind of perverse incentives he's described. Now, on the subsidies point and the trade remedies and the potential response from the UK, we've got to bear in mind two things. First of all, the system we've inherited is industry itself, which makes the application for that. I do have powers as Secretary of State to do that, though they've never been used to my knowledge. But we must also remember that the UK automotive sector is a world-class export-led sector. If we were to go in any kind of protectionist route on principle, we've got to bear in mind what it would mean for the markets we sell those vehicles into. If you sell 80% of your product abroad, it is the international export position you've got to consider alongside the domestic market. But I say again, if industry makes that request, of course it would be followed in accordance with the way the system operates.